Hi, Kendrick, and hello, family. Well, I'm in the kitchen again, and because I gotta do something different, I got to switch this thing up because I'm kind of like sick and tired of doing it in the same place. I want to do it somewhere else. Yeah. But anyway, so this is just gonna be a video where I'm just gonna be rambling and just talking about a little bit of everything. Right now, I'm frying something, so hang on a minute. I'm frying some fish, tilapia. And look, don't be sending me no messages talking about what's not good for me and what's good for me. Stop analyzing me, okay? If you don't think tilapia is good to eat, then what you should do is make you a YouTube channel, okay? Saying that you want to ban tilapia because I'm going to eat it. Hang on a minute. Y'all be surprised what people do. I get all kind of like crazy suggestions, crazy emails, and all of that. It just gets on my nerves. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, Lord. Down south, we like to fry it. Can y'all see me? No, you can't see me, can you? I'm right here at the stove right now, so y'all in Mama's kitchen. This is only for those who want it. Now, if you're not interested, you can turn off the your station and go on to another station if you want to. Okay? 'Cause I ain't asking nobody to bring their asses here. Okay, okay. Because this is out of courtesy. It's not like we get paid to do YouTube videos, you know? You really don't get paid to do YouTube videos. Some people, what they do is they will do like a partnership with a partner of YouTube, and if you get enough views, you'll get a little piece of cash money off of it. Some people get paid well, depending on how popular the channel is. Don't get me wrong. But mama don't get paid for no YouTube videos, so it ain't that deep with me. I'm doing this out of courtesy. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm saying all this. I'm having some rice with it, family. So I'm spooning my rice on. Like I told y'all, that's basically what I like the most is rice. And I don't want to hear no nutritionist talking about how rice is starchy and it ain't good for you. I don't want to hear that bullshit. It's like this: what's good for me might not be good for you, or what's good for you know what I'm saying? Whatever. If you want a whole bunch of lettuce and collard green salad, turnips and greenery, then eat it. But it's not for me. And I'm gonna tell you why. I have a specific blood type. I have O negative blood. And certain things I can't eat. I can't eat lettuce. It's not good for my blood type. It clots my blood. So, like collard greens, turnip greens, um, kale, stuff like that. I have to be careful with it because my blood clots real thick and easy. Okay, if I was to get a cut here, it would seal up so quick because I have a very thick blood clotting system. So, yeah, we can say all day long we're humans and we're just all of us are alike. Not quite. Your body type, look it up, may require that you eat a certain diet that is different from another person's body type. Okay, so you may take this little herb and it may just make you well like that, and you can suggest it to another person, and they can get severely ill and wind up in the hospital. So we got to realize that our bodies are different, no matter how similar we look. It's different. So I don't want to hear any nutritionists talking about, you shouldn't eat this, you should eat, and just like tomatoes, too many tomatoes, potatoes is not good for a person who have um, bad kidneys because it's got too much phosphorus inside of it, and phosphorus can poison the blood system if your kidneys cannot excrete that fast enough. Bananas, high potassium. If your kidneys are not excreting that potassium out, that sodium out fast enough, then what winds up happening? You could have a potassium overload. Potassium overload is very dangerous. It's more dangerous than having a high sodium overload. Okay, I can't have also a whole lot of sodium like people tend to, you know, crave lots of salts and stuff because what salt does to me, it makes my blood even thicker, you know? And so I can't have that. So salt is nothing but a rock, really, that they actually shave down and use chemicals to crystallize it so that when you pour it, it can come out all, like rain or whatever. And it's poisonous, especially for people like me. I have high blood pressure. So I cannot have a high load of sodium intake because it's what it's actually doing in your bloodstream. In your bloodstream, it's turning into a thickening type calcified substance. And then so that's why a lot of people have these, cardiovascular type accidents in their bodies because these clots, that's all it forms is clots. They get hung up in little areas, our little, some of our little capillaries and tiny vessels and stuff in our blood, vessels in our bodies cannot handle, all of those thick substances going through it. So that's why, I have to watch what I eat. And rice is one of the best things for me, okay? I don't know about you. You may have like diabetes and you can't have a lot of starches in like corn and rice and breads or whatever, because what happens in your situation is it increases your what's the word, glucose in your body, and your pancreas is not able to function as it used to. So now you got a high load of sugar in your bloodstream, which is syrupy, and it can cause you a lot of problems. You know what I'm talking about, because you're on insulin or whatever, and you just can't have all the sugar in your bloodstream like that, because the body, when it can't use things, it may store them in some real strange places. So a lot of diabetics have trouble with eyesight, blurry vision, because it's literally a whole lot of thick, syrupy sugar just sitting in those vessels and stuff. And in the worst case, they can have strokes, heart attacks, and lose limbs and fingers and toes. So everybody's diet's going to be a little bit different. I hear people saying, I don't eat meat because this and that. Bravo, that's good for you. But some people need protein. I need a protein diet. Yes, I get my protein from meat, and that's the way I would like for it to stay. I've tried to do what others do. Oh, you should go to a meatless diet. And I got really ill. Almost had to be admitted into the hospital. So for most of us, if we've grown up on meat protein, we have to stick to that. My son even tried to go to a meatless diet, and his blood sugar dropped so low and he had no energy. He couldn't move around. And when we took him to the fire department, they had to call the fire truck in to come in and give him liquid sweeteners in some type of tube. He had to take 3 down. His blood sugar went down to a 54. They said, hey, you know what, man? You're a lucky man. They gave him that, and then the ambulance had to take him to the hospital so they can administer IV glucose. So everybody's body is different. So I don't send me no tips about this. I'm doing this my way. This is my channel. I do things the way I want to do it. What your purpose is to be here. You need to question yourself. I'm some type of influence on you. Only you know what that influence is. But constructive criticism is great, but at the same time too, I am not asking for any. I'm only sharing my life with those who enjoy watching. Okay. I read a comment where somebody was saying, hey, I'm switching my channel. Go right ahead. If the channel's going on into a different direction and this no longer suits you, feel free to unsubscribe right now. I'm sending that shout out to everybody. You know, if you know this channel is not going in the direction that you have in mind, I mean, unsubscribe. I mean, it's simple as that. If it's no longer, if I don't have but one subscriber that watches this channel faithfully, and they are learning something, you know, and they are getting what they're supposed to get, then my job is well done. Okay, I got that comment saying, you know, the channel is not fulfilling their needs because what they want some rituals and they want to see me practicing magic. I'm not going to do that. That is very sacred, very spiritual and private to me. When I perform my work, most of my clients that come to my home, they see my altars. They know I'm a dedicated practitioner. I'm very dedicated to my clients. Okay. And at this point, I'm only serving my clients, my family, and my friends and kindreds at this point. They are the only ones that I have in mind. If you know you do not fit that description, once again, feel free to unsubscribe. No, I will not be doing any rituals on my channel. What's my mission? My mission is that I'm only doing what I want to do in life and seeking that peace, that chaos, or whatever I'm seeking at that moment. And my mission is only to share with you what I want to share with you. That's what the mission of this channel is all about, you know. I have different places on Facebook you can go if you want to participate with myself and the covens. There's like 3 covens out there. Feel free to come out, see what's going on. A lot of witches are having a wonderful time. We really have a good time out there. It's some good things going on and it's some bad things going on. It's life, you know. We might not agree 100% with each other, and that is fine. But as long as there's respect for me and my friends and my family and kindreds, you know, hey, come on out there. I'm not expecting you to agree with me, but if you come out there and you come to me with sarcasm, okay, and you're condescending in any kind of way, and you think it's a joke, you will be dealt with, okay? Because I will unfriend you and block you because foolishness, okay, will not be in the house, okay? Not in my house of witches, okay? Look, a lot of people talking about, oh, this is all crazy, it's retarded, and y'all are degenerates or what have you. That's because you're not woke, okay? You're only woke when you can realize, okay, that we all are here on a separate mission, okay? That's when you woke. Your mind is not open until you can accept the fact everybody is not going to do it the same way, okay? So you are conditioned still, and you come out. Let me get some water. Because see, this is just one of those ranting, rambling videos. You come out and you say, hey, look, you know, I'm on a mission and I'm going to do it different from the way they say we're supposed to be doing it. I'm now here on my, my diet has changed. My mind has changed. I'm a new person. You know, I have evolved. Here I am. And then you still bring your same or the same prejudice that were put upon you. You bring them, okay, to my coven. You bring that to my channel. You go and make videos about the things that I say. You don't call my name. And I know you're talking about me. And I know who you are. I know all of you. Okay? And so, yes, you just don't know what a hurting I can put on you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like this right here. Don't bring your prejudice to my channel. Don't come to my channel looking for things to create videos against me. Don't come to my channel with that type of stuff, okay? Because you will get shut down. And you know who I'm talking about. Now, if I haven't sent you any type of email or feedback, no, I'm not talking about you. These people know who I'm talking about. These are the people that sit down and say, you're retarded, you're degenerate, you're crazy, you're stupid. Those are the people I'm talking about. And the question is, witchcraft is different. So if you know that witchcraft and hoodoo magic, if you think in any kind of way it's different and it's strange or weird, then why would you even look up hoodoo channels, witchcraft channels? Why are you even dipping and dabbing in something like this that you think is ridiculous? Why would you do that? I'm sharing information with those people who need it. There are a lot of people who are isolated from being able to celebrate hoodoo magic, and they come here for that comfort. If there was a way I could make this private, where only those who actually have respect for hoodoo magic, I would do so. Like I said, a lot of you all following me, you've been following me for years now, and you've seen quite a few videos, and you may know the video I'm talking about, or you may not know what I'm talking about. But anyway, if you don't, just go back and watch all them videos from years back, where I sit down and I talk to you all about how it is in hoodoo magic, and how people try to put us down here in the South, especially, making fun of hoodoo magic, especially when African Americans are practicing it. I had went to, it was called let me just go back over it again. It was called the Brown Bag Special at the Birmingham Public Library. That particular day, that Brown Bag Special was supposed to be about hauntings and stuff. It was in October. Matter of fact, it was somewhere near Halloween, and they were trying to make as if though it was about hauntings. But when I went in there, me being the only African American woman in there, it turned out to be about something else. It was supposed to be like this secret, get together to talk about hoodoo magic. And when I was in there, the person who was talking about it was actually making fun of some of the rituals and practices. Once again, like I said on one video, it was talking about how to hang on 1 minute. To give you an idea, it was talking about, like, if your cow gets sick, you get the bell and you ring it under the cow 3 times one day, and the next day over his head 8 times. And these African Americans who did the hoodoo practice swore that it worked. It worked for them. And the guy who was talking about it, actually the guy who was talking about it had a collection of these rituals that I think he said his grandfather had collected, like in the 20s and the 30s. Okay, so he collected this information and he compiled like a book of these rituals. And I got it now. It's down in my basement and stuff. And he was talking about it, and he was making a joke as he went through it. Just totally disrespectful to myself as an African American woman. But the audience didn't find it funny. They were like, okay, let me get this information. This right here is very informative and educational. Let me get my booklet so I can get out the door with it. They didn't laugh. He thought it was funny, you see. And it made me feel very uncomfortable, okay? I suffer that same thing here on my YouTube channel, okay? And I don't appreciate it. It's just totally disrespectful. So what's so beautiful about me, I have spirits that will fight for me and that will retaliate against anyone, okay, who would disrespect me and my spirits, okay? So I'm sending that energy out, that anybody who would come to my channel, sit down and take the time to make a video and call me a degenerate, call me retarded, call me uneducated, whatever you want to call me, okay, that you would be dealt with in the spirit realm. I'm waging a spiritual war on you, because I will defend myself and my spirits. This is a tradition that we here in the South have been practicing since the beginning of whenever this was a South, okay? And that won't be changing. And it takes a lot of courage to come here on this channel and talk about this. Because even though you see me on this channel right here, this is not who I am. Most of the time people transform and take on a different energy and become possessed. And we are used as vessels by spirits. So you don't know me. It will take you to come and visit me physically in person to truly know who I am. Okay? Oh, she looked crazy standing up there talking about that. That looks crazy. It's no different than an actor or an actress when they take the camera. And you see this character and you say, that's how they are in real life. This person is playing an axe murderer. And the dummies that's sitting down watching, and the real true retarded people who watch it and think that this particular actor is this person in real life. No, you are the degenerate. Anybody who sit here and take YouTube this series, okay, you are the degenerate. You are the retarded one. Okay, I'm here to let you know that today. I'm talking to all my naysayers family. Just give me just this one moment, because what it is a distractive tool to keep us from going and doing those things we should be doing right now. We are reunited once again in this time and space. Because I always tell my family, we're kindreds. We're not here by accident. We don't connect by accident. Most definitely, we knew each other in another lifetime. So we meet once again. Okay? And I'm sure that my family wants this. They don't want me to get to a point. A lot of people shut their channels down because they can't handle the criticism from these people who are living in this hyper reality matrix. Now, if that's the way you want to live it. But you will not impose that on me. Okay? I am an artist and I don't have to conform. Okay? I'm here to let you know that today. I don't have to say things the way you say it. I don't have to phrase it the way you phrase it. My body language can be whatever I want it to be. That's what's so beautiful about being the artist. We take the chance to go against the grain. We set the trend. See, you fear setting a trend because you don't want nobody to laugh at you. So what you do in turn is you impose that on people like myself. I'm the trendsetter. Whatever I do, they do. The same with all the other artists. If they take a chance to put a red sock on and then have a no sock on the other foot, then the people who really like them, I think I might try, but I'm scared somebody's going to laugh at me. Hell, I'm going to give it a try. I set the trend. Okay? And I thank God and the goddesses for my talent that they have bestowed upon me. I'm a painter. I'm a writer. I'm a gardener. I know who I am. Do you know who you are? No. Because if you knew who you were, you wouldn't have time, okay, to impose your restrictions upon people like myself. See, you're not sure of yourself. I'm sure of me. I don't go around laughing at people who take that chance to do something the way they want to do. Because you know what? I'm too busy celebrating my own. Okay? Anyway, I just thought I'd bring that to the naysayers family. I know a lot of you all, you know, like they say, they have witches in the closet. You know, you have to be in the closet because you got to fear people alienating you. I don't want to have nothing to do with her. She's worshiping the devil. She still stuck in the church. You know, still in the matrix. You know, to some extent, we all are. Excuse me. We all, to some extent, are all meshed into the matrix. But at the same time, too, you gotta know yourself. If you don't know yourself, you won't be able to partake in the fruitfulness of this thing that has been going on for trillions of years. You won't be able to partake in this wonderful thing that can change your life because you fear. See, for one thing, you can't have any fear. You can't worry about who won't like you anymore, who's gonna ostracize you. You can't worry about what you're gonna lose. If you're so concerned about what you're gonna lose, this ain't for you. It's only for the brave. I'm brave. To get on YouTube, I think I'm not mistaken. There may be a few black witches on here, but I think I'm the first black witch hoodooist here on YouTube. I took that chance. I said, I'm going for it because it's some people out there want to hear it. They want to know. They want to know more about hoodoo magic. Okay? They want to see it. They want to touch it, feel it, taste it. And you just can't just get that out here in everyday life. You can just go to somebody at a shopping mall and say, hey, had you noticed? But you can come here to get it. And there's some other witches on here that you can go and get it from. But see, the reason why I brought up race, and I know y'all probably saying, I've been talking about race lately, but the reason why I'm bringing it up because most of my criticism come from African American people, black people. Yeah, the black people who are stuck in the church mentality. I'm not saying you go to church on Sundays. I'm saying you living with church mentality. So you don't want to admit it. As long as you live with church mentality, this ain't for you. Nothing's going to work out for you. I tried her complimentary love spell, they said. Which it is a complimentary love spell. Because when you get things complimentary, don't complain. You didn't pay for it. Oh, it didn't work for me. But a lot of people are making that testimony, it worked for me. If it didn't work for you, it's because your mind is stuck in the church. You doubt spirits. If you doubt spirits, they ain't gonna work for you. If you don't treat it with respect, it won't work for you. That's why your magic that ain't working. I'm talking about the bottle spell, y'all. The past video where I, from the bottom of my heart, share this with my family and friends. If you're not a family, a friend, or a kindred, oh no. If you don't have respect for me, oh, I already got a ritual out in place that won't work for me. You got to come through to me. I let it work for whoever I want it to work for. Okay, I want you to get that in your head. Okay, and I know my family say, Mama, we hate when you go off and you rant about the naysayers because they're gonna keep doing it. But to just not talk about it is to say it's okay. And I don't want them to think that it's okay to continuously make these comments, to continuously write these emails to me. Oh no. Or I'm happy to be on your channel and you're talking about something and I know you're talking about me. See, that's another thing. A lot of folks ain't going to like you when you get in this business. Now, let's go back to African American. I have suffered, okay? And don't get me wrong, I love my folks. But what I hate about my people is they're so closed-minded. I'm not saying all African Americans, but most African Americans are closed-minded people. I must just bring that up there to you. And it comes back from slavery. And it starts back in slavery, And I can kind of understand their concepts then, dealing with the fact that you were held captive in a strange world and you wanted your best to please to your master. What a good slave you was. See. And then he didn't want you practicing the spirit religion. Okay. He didn't want you practicing because when you came here, that's what you was practicing. You wasn't practicing no Christianity. Christianity is a fairly new religion. The spirit religion is the oldest religion. Okay. So what Master did, we call him Master, and I'm going to talk the slave language. I'm going to speak the slave language, and if you don't like it, then leave, then leave. If you want to laugh, laugh. But my spirits will retaliate against you. Okay? Anyway, they called him Massa. Okay? Not master. Because I can speak the way I want to speak whenever I want to speak it. Okay? So we wanted to prove to old Massa, that we can be a good servant. So when he said no practicing spiritual religion, no drumming, none of that stuff y'all brought from Africa will take place on this plantation. What we did, we started practicing that Christianity and going off in the woods to do whatever we can do in practice or in practice. That's what we did. So, because we had to prove to him, we even started singing his music. Whatever he sung, we sung. And we added a little touch of whatever we wanted to add to it. And Massa was proud of us because we adopted his religion. And we served his God. And it was like, well done, servant. And we just cackled. Some of us went on to be Aunt Jemimmas. And people don't know what an Aunt Jemimma is. Aunt Jemimma. Think. Look that up. Y'all know what that is. Oh, she was gonna make sure she pleased old Massa. If she had to put somebody on the spot, one of these slaves who were not conforming, who were not doing right, she had to put them on the spot, and Massa had to whoop his ass or whoop her ass. She was gonna please Massa. And the same with Uncle Tom. Names are powerful. Watch what you name in your children. Whatever you name your children, they will be. Uncle Tom. You know what? Uncle Tom was always going to serve Massa because Massa always made sure he rewarded him. A lot of slaves were kind of like upset with Uncle Tom, and a lot of slaves had some issues with Uncle Tom because he got them privileges. He knew what to do to get them privileges. He kissed ass, licked ass, did whatever he had to do to get Massa's attention because Massa was going to reward him. He got horses. He got all the things at the field, what they call them field niggas. Okay? Yeah, I'm just being real and being raw because I'm trying to get to this mentality of the African Americans. Not all of them, because there are some woke African Americans. And I've spoken to them. Very enlightened. But I'm talking about the ones with that mentality. Still got that slave mentality stuck in them. Those are the ones you have trouble with. Oh, yes, you got trouble with them right there. They can't handle this right here because this going against what old Massa taught them, because like I tell people talking about the ancestors, you are the ancestors. All their thoughts are in your mind. All their blood course through your veins. All the terrors that they have faced is ingrained in you. It's just like every time I go through North Carolina, I have this fear, this internalized fear, because somewhere in another lifetime or my ancestors, that's what I think. I think that's where some of them were enslaved in North Carolina, even though most of my family are from here in Alabama. In Alabama, Mississippi is where most of my people are. Okay? And then you don't know where all your people at because you got all these different sides. Grandma, granddaddy, just everybody from everywhere. Okay? So let me go back to talking about Uncle Tom. See, Uncle Tom just got it all. And the reason why I'm bringing this up because you are your ancestor. It's you. You are Aunt Elizabeth. You are Aunt Martha. You are Uncle Bimbo. Or Uncle Jabbo. Or Cousin Bubba. Even though they long gone, they are in you. You are them. So that's why, to the day, I tell you that slavery hadn't gone anywhere. The concept is just a little bit different. Back in the day, you had to work for Massa or you would be whipped, beaten. Those were your punishments. Now, You were just like a pet. You know what I'm saying? Livestock. Now you still livestock. You still sheep. Sheeple. Okay, because I have to pronounce everything correctly for them. Okay, for the naysayers. You still cattle. The difference is now, if you don't work and do what the master said, the powers that be, you don't eat, you don't have a place to stay, you suffer. Same concept. You still got to work for old master, the powers that be. Whether you're a nurse, a doctor, own your own business, fireman, police officer, same concept. The difference is now we're all slaves, no matter what your race is. You know, in order for us to live on this planet, we have to work and pay to live on this planet. The birds is free. But anyway, I said all of this to say this right here. There are still these people who have not woken up. They still think they work for our historical master. And you can see it in their everyday language, their everyday lifestyle is still there. You still have the Uncle Toms in the African American communities. You still have your Aunt Jemamis in your African American community. What's the job of these particular characters? The same as it was then, to divide and conquer. To divide and conquer. And you can pretty much apply this right here to, you know, your powers that be to us. Just the masses. They divide the masses to conquer the masses. They keep us caught up on race, class, all of those things. Keep us divided. So it can be applied to all of us, no matter what race you are. But I was talking about the African American community. You know, we have our Uncle Toms who are benefiting even now from the powers that be to keep division within the race. It still goes on. These particular individuals exploit their race for gain. And you may not see it now, but eventually it's going to have a very devastating consequence to it. Okay? So, if you're out there practicing Uncle Tomism and Aunt Jemamism, you know, it may be good today, but one day you're going to think about this big black face with these stringy dreadlocks. You're going to say, that damn woman knew what she was talking about. Because one thing about God will let you go for a little while. And then all of a sudden, God will come in and whoop your ass. And when God whoop you, you're going to know why you being whooped. Mark my word. I've been on this planet far longer than most of it. Man, he or she, mother or father, whatever you want to think of it is, can put a good ass whooping on you. The reason why I say that is because there's a lot of things I did when I was young and dumb that I can look back on and say, God, I'm being punished for some things I did. Whew, gosh. Y'all better be careful raising y'all children out there. Man, I don't care what you say. And time moves fast, you know, because the last I looked at it, my children were adolescents. And that seemed like yesterday. Now everybody's grown. And everything I did, they served it right back in my face. And they made me look at it. It's an unconscious effort. They're not aware of what they're doing. They repeat what you did to them. Or they repeat what they saw. You can't escape. It's going to come back to you. If you're doing anything to your children that ain't right, it'll come back in your face when you get to be older. You're going to be punished for it. There's no escape. You can't get around it. Even if you don't have children, somebody you love going to bring that shit back to you. Maybe it's going to come back to you. and you exploiting your children in any kind of way, using your children as pawn, you gonna get that shit back. You better hope you die before that day get here. You're probably better off. Folks around here exploiting their children, thinking that the things that they do now while their children are young, they ain't gonna be able. They're not. Some of them just not even aware it's coming back. Cause like when I was young and dumb, and still to some extent, we all are still young and dumb. Cause it's always gonna be somebody older than you. It's always gonna be somebody older. To a lot of people, I'm an older woman. I'm a middle-aged older woman to them. But then there's still somebody over my head that say, baby, you're a baby too. Once again, my aunt said that elderly lady, she's about 78 or something. She's a practitioner. She's a hoodoo practitioner down there. Because a lot of times when I consult with my aunt don't have it right. She'll go to her and others that are older than her. And she said, your niece is too young to be doing it. And it's an awkward situation when my people come here to my house because they're not expecting me to look like what I look like in person, because I don't look like what I look like on this computer, on your computer screen. I'm a much younger looking woman. Most of them say, oh, you look younger. You're thinner. These things blow us up and make us look large. I'm a tall, slim lady. I'm slim. I'm thin. I'm not a big old fat woman like I get comments, you're big, fat, this. But I'm not fat. I'm a tall, thin to medium built woman. So it creates a lot of confusion because they get an older lady on the YouTube channel, but in reality, they get a woman that looks a little more younger and a little bit more playful. And, so, a lot of them say, what? I was expecting this. I was expecting for you to be this big old fat old lady. One lady was shocked when she saw me in person and talked to me in person. She said, you don't, your voice is younger, your attitude is younger than what it is on the YouTube channel. She said, I get more of an older lady, more of an elder almost. But in person, I just get just an ordinary woman, just like myself. So I tell people, you do not know me. This is what you call channeling. I'm channeling spirits to you, and they're channeling into you. Okay, so you're gonna get something quite different than what you would get in a physical real time. Okay. So, but anyway, when I get to rambling all over the place like this, and really an hour is just too long, because a lot of people speed through it because people just want you to get to the point. And so I'm going to skim these videos back down, probably after this one back down, because my food is getting cold. Skim it back down to about 15 minutes at the most. You shouldn't talk past 15 minutes because unless you got notes or whatever in front of you, for most of us, not all of us, you can kind of lose track and thought of what you was last talking about. For some people, it's an art. It's very easy. For a lot of us, it's difficult to keep that point. Like a lot of people say, Mama, you go and you didn't finish talking about this and that. It's because as you're talking, you got so much on your mind you want to talk about. You can lose that thought. You can lose the inspiration sometimes. But I brought the African American community up, which this is not all African Americans. I want to just put this out there. I brought it up because, like I say, a lot of them are still stuck in the church, and I explained to you all why. I explained to you all how it all got started. It got started during our captivity, and it was a reason for it. We were conditioned. A lot of them are still conditioned in the grains of their DNA to be that way, to not accept anything differently, to always mold themselves, pattern themselves, condition themselves to be as what is acceptable. And if it's not acceptable, it has to be crazy, dumb, retarded, or it's a degenerate. And all you're doing is just showing the fact that your evolution has not quite taken place. You're thinking that it is, or you're thinking that it has, but it hasn't. You're not ready until you can celebrate everybody's truth. How do you celebrate it? By being open minded. Just being open minded and just taking your nose out of other folks' business and taking your finger out the pot. That's how you celebrate things. I don't have any problems with anyone's belief systems or their culture. I celebrate all cultures, all belief systems, as long as it does not hurt or interfere with mine. Because, see, I know what I'm here to do. Each day, I reinforce that. Now, I may find 10 years later something different, but at the moment, at this presence, I know my mission. And my mission now, once again, I say it's just to share with those what I know, what I've learned, and what I'm doing at the moment. Now, that might change. The channel may change up some. I'm not restricting myself. I'm growing in directions that's just all over the place. I'm growing. I'm constantly evolving. I don't want to hear, oh, you changed. In a relationship, you don't want to hear that. Man, I don't like you no more because you changed. I mean, that's what we came here to do. We came here for change. You don't want monotony. You want to grow. You want to experience things. That's why you get up and you leave out your habitat and go somewhere different to see how everybody else is cohabitating with their environment. You get up and go to China. You get up and you go to Beijing. You get up and you go to Zimbabwe, Tanzania, all over the world because you want some change. It's so stupid, the things that we sit down and we bicker about. Now, a lot of folks say, hey, it's showing that you haven't been anywhere or you've been somewhere and didn't know you went somewhere. Because most people who've gone all around the world or gone different places and stuff like that, they can deal with change. They can allow people to be who they are without criticizing them. Because they've gone somewhere. But it's so sad that there are so many people who've actually got on an airplane and gone to different places, excuse me, y'all, and they have not even realized they've gone anywhere. That's one of the worst injustices you could ever do to yourself. Like I say, there are a lot of people excuse me for getting into race again, but it's got to be talked about, that are exploiting different people within their culture and their race for monetary gain. And like I say, right now, you may not be suffering any consequences, but eventually you will. And you will be remembering, I'm the one who told you, you will. Exploiting your children, family members, you're going to pay for it. It's going to slap you in your face so hard, you're going to get up off the floor if you can get up off the floor. Okay? That's abuse. To exploit a group of people within one's race is abuse, especially when you're doing it to a child, when you're doing it to children. Okay? If the shoe fits, put it on your feet and wear it. Okay? Don't get upset about it. Because I am a middle-aged woman, and I know. You ain't there yet, but I know. I know that God will whoop you. I'm experiencing it right now. And one day I'll be able to sit down and tell somebody else, a younger generation, what I have gone through right now. Using children as pawns. Saying things. I mean, give you an example. If you go out and you do a sex tape, okay, and you have a young child, you may suffer some type of negative consequence for doing that when that child is aware and old enough that you don't know what it's going to do to you. I'm not going to even give an example of what it can do to you. I'm going to let you sit down and let you think about what it can do to you and how that can harm you. What you do while your children are young Okay? There is some type of recording device within that child picking up on every bit of what you're doing. The worst thing you want to do is to contribute any type of hatred towards that child. If you care about that child, if you truly care about that child's emotions, feelings, and well being, then you will be far more selective about what you choose to do while that child is growing up. If you are doing something other than that, then you're going to pay for it. Because what I'm getting at is that, if you're doing these things and you are aware of these things may have some negative consequences on the child, that you really don't care anything about the child anyway. That child in turn, once you meet it, is not going to care anything about you too. We have our faculties. We can see, we can hear, we can taste, we can eat, we can get up and move around, and we think it's going to always be like that. We always think that, a lot of us think that, we're never going to need anybody. You got to be put in that position to know. The worst thing you can do is to be ill and have no one you can call on. Because I'm telling you something, you can have all the friends in the world. They're not really friends unless you call on them in an hour of need and they show up. That's when you know that you got friends. That's why I tell people, I don't have friends. Everybody around me are associates. But I do have my imaginary friends out there. All my imaginary friends, family. Now, y'all really, really mean a lot to me. But honestly, think about it. Think about it. You become paralyzed. And you can't move or turn, or somebody needs to turn you over. See, I'm a nurse. I've turned many bodies around, people bodies. And I have gotten a washcloth and put soap and water in a basin and bathed people who couldn't move. Brush their teeth for them. Comb their hair for them. And they would look out the windows and say, baby, that sun is so beautiful. I just wish I could just go out there and just walk. And they have nobody there to do anything for them. Matter of fact, they wind up, some of them, in nursing homes. That's a place you never, ever want to be in. I've worked in a nursing home. And don't care how old you are, they can be young, all the way to the oldest of the old. I had a young woman in there. Well, one was 32, and she had something that happened to her when she was a baby. She had been in there all her life. She was only 32 years old, couldn't do anything. Had another lady, she was like 50. She was in there because she had a stroke, and she was in a wheelchair. You have a stroke. You'll be walking around like just like nothing has happened to you. A day in your life, be the most healthiest person. Then you can have a stroke and become paralyzed. You can't walk no more. You cannot. Some people can't even talk, depending on where the stroke, the cardiovascular accident happens in the body and what nerves that it affects. Okay. Will determine what kind of damage it does. And you can be sitting down, can't even speak. I had patients that couldn't talk. They had to write down what they wanted. So you can't sit here today and just say, oh, that can't happen to me. I'll just worry about that when I get down that road, or I ain't going to live no way. A lot of folks will tell you, I ain't going to live that long no way. Honey, it can happen to you now. You can be sitting up here in your 30s, your 20s and 30s. In your 40s, in your 50s, and it can happen to you. Nothing is guaranteed. And the very child that grows up that you've exploited may be the one you did and ask, hey, just give me a cold wash rag and wipe my face with it. Be careful how you treat your children out there. Now, please be careful. Be careful what you do around your children. What message you send to them, what purpose you serve for them. Because just giving them money and providing a nice house and PlayStations and Xboxes and little things like that, and buying them clothes and stuff, that means absolutely nothing. What kind of love are you giving that child? Not just just hugging them and kissing them and say, "I love you, baby." Uh-uh. What kind of love are you showing your child? Anyway, it wasn't supposed to be about that, but I just thought that I bring that up because a lot of that is going on, probably in any community, but especially African American community. We got a lot of growing to do. You know, there's still a lot of fear in our community. If it ain't got nothing to do with the pastor and the church, we won't have nothing to do with it. Pastor, master. Kind of sound kind of similar to each other. Pastor and master. Maybe the same people. You ever thought about it? Because a lot of African American people look at their pastor of their church to be, in a sense, like a master over their lives. If pastor didn't have anything, if pastor didn't have anything to do with it must go against God. Y'all, it's time to leave the evil churches. You came here for an experience for yourself. You came to experience this for yourself. Once this is up and it's time to check out and go to the other side, I don't know if you're going to get that opportunity again. There are a lot of souls waiting on bodies. So you don't know what you're going to come back as. Because when we pass away, that energy just transfers into something else. So you just don't know where that energy is going to go. You may not get that human experience the next time. So why not enjoy it now and partake in it and do what you want to do all the research you can do on your own. Don't rely on somebody else, okay, to decide for you what you should be experiencing. See, a lot of that is going on right now. Oh, pastor said I'm messing none of that. And this anyway, that ends this video. It's just gone too long, y'all. And I'm hoping that something in this will help somebody. I know a lot of people skip through it. It gets boring. And, people got things to do, but hopefully the part of this message or all of this message touch you where you should be touched, where you need to be touched, okay? But I know there are some people who sit down and listen to the whole thing. A lot of people tell me, Mom, I have to hear it all, because you're like my lifeline to hear the information that I need that I cannot get anywhere else. Because it's hard to get this. So that's why people come to YouTube to get it. One of the greatest social medias you can go to find those things that you need in life to keep you on track, to support you on your journey. And that's what I'm here for, okay? A lot of the times you might not like what I'm talking about. If your thing is, I just like when she talks about magic, hoodoo, and rituals and stuff like that, well then, if you'd like to, just wait until I'm doing those videos. But I cannot satisfy everybody, okay? The channel have aspects of witchcraft, hoodoo. Sometimes, occasionally, I may talk about some voodoo or some folk tales or whatever, folklore. I may talk about storytellings, and it's a little bit of everything. It's enough to satisfy everybody who's coming here to get it, but I'm not going to be able to satisfy everybody. And for those who are not satisfied, not getting what they want, feel free to unsubscribe. You don't have to be here, okay? And that ends this video, okay? Now I'm fixing to get ready to turn the little button off. Bye-bye. Hey, how about you visit me on Facebook? Visit me on Facebook. Go in the channel. Click on the Facebook icon. You can hook up with me on Facebook. Also, if you'd like to email me because you need some help, you need a consult, you need some spiritual work done, Mama ain't scared of black magic, okay? Whatever you need. Oh, you want love in your life, relationships, issues, got you down, you look bad, somebody done put a hex or a curse on you. Call Mama, Okay? But anyway, you can find me at Spiritree41 at Yahoo. SPIRITREE41 at yahoo.com. If you'd like to send a message my way, if it's foolishness, you will be dealt with spiritually. You will be dealt with, okay? So I'm not looking for any foolishness. Like I said, people writing me telling me they want to switch bodies and stuff with their pets. And if you're under 21, I refuse to work with you unless I know you personally. There are some out there that I've been working with now for the past year or two. You know who you are. You know Mama worked with you. You feel free to come to Mama. I'm not talking about you, but and you know who you are. Now, I'm going to talk about the situation. I won't call your name because all of this is confidential. Names are confidential. But anybody under 21, I am not working with you unless I know you personally. And I got some out there that are, like 20 and 19. I'll work with you, but I did a reading with a young lady that said that she wanted her mama to die. I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate it. You got some serious growing up to do. 20-year-old. You know who you are. You're going to pay for that too. You're going to pay for that because she didn't have to do nothing for you. Okay? She could have left you with the big. Okay. Your adopted mama did not have to do anything for you. Once your birth mother left you out for maggots to eat you and ants to eat you, now all of a sudden your birth mama is the best thing that ever happened to you. I'm going to tell you this right here. If your birth mother let you down in your infancy and you back with her again, she's going to let you down again. I know. Been there, done that. My adopted mama died. I wanted to know who my birth mother is. She let me down when I was an infant. She let me down again. Always expect that from her. Because that's who she is. And she ain't going to be nothing different. Okay? So you should celebrate your adopted mother. See, you ain't got no children. When you get your children, you'll see what I'm talking about. Raising children is a very difficult task. Children get sick. Children can have all kinds of disciplinary problems. Children have to go to school. Children have to be educated. Children need warmth, love, security, food, roof, and some extracurricular activities on the side. That's a lot of work, baby. And your adopted mother did it for you. And now you want her dead? Hey, look, and I talked to you. I said, well, maybe some abuse or whatever going on. And you said, no, it was no abuse. So, honey, what is your problem? There wasn't no abuse, no neglect. What's the problem? Okay? So you gotta straighten up, okay? Your children gonna whoop your ass. You gonna get that back from your children. Yes. They'll show you. They'll line you up. Anyway, that's the end of this video. And I just wanted to put that out there, that I'm not going to be doing anybody under 21 years old because I think that's too young. This little girl was acting like a spoiled ass brat and I ain't got time for no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? This is some real work over here I'm doing. And I will whoop your ass my damn self. For talking about your damn mom. I got a problem with motherfuckers that don't like their damn mom. Yes, because I'm one. I'm a mother. I'm a mother. And at the same time, I miss my mother. She dead. Because I'm going to tell you something. Your mama is your intercessor. When she dies, the weight of the world drops on your shoulder. See, if your mama's alive, you better go and kiss on her cheek and love her. Because I didn't start having problems with this world until my adopted mama died. Even though my birth mama is alive, she's not my intercessor. She refuses to be so. Because I'm a complete stranger to her. She's a complete stranger to me. And I know that there's a chance that my birth sister might be watching. I got two of them. And I'm just going to tell you right now, she gave you love, but she didn't give me none. And I don't even have a problem with her right now. Because I know her day is coming. One day she'll deal with that, with her creator, whoever that is. But I'm just so thankful that she didn't take me and put me in a hole, post burying babies, leaving babies in trash bags or whatever. So that's a beautiful thing she did do. She did do. Because like I say, a woman is a terminatrix. She got far more power than man will give her. She can determine whether or not you live or you die. She can make or break you. She can bless you. She can curse you. Because her words stand. A lot of folks still trying to overcome the obstacles of their mama, and they will live with it for the rest of their life until she pardons you. If she decides she don't want to pardon you, then you're screwed. That's life. The Terminatrix. A lot of people hate her, and then they fear her, and they shoot her. Don't you ever say nothing to me no more about your mama. I can't stand people who hate their damn mama. I don't like it. So many things that happened to you. So many things she could have did to scar you for life. Not only just, physically, but mentally. And I know a lot of people are living with some mental scars, but you're here. Find a way around it. You would be surprised how many people out there hate their moms. You'd be surprised. I feel like no matter what your mama do to you, you should find a way to work your way around it. If she's an adversary in your life, you know what I'm saying? There's always a way around your adversaries. And you can make her your ally. Do something. But hating her and asking for her death, it's like death, bringing death to yourself. You better not even allow the spirits hear you say nothing like that. Because if you mistreat your mama, you mistreat God. You mistreat any woman in your family. You mistreat God. Oh, it's good now. But ass whooping day coming. And it's coming soon. Okay, so visit me on Facebook. Like I said, it's sort of like a virtual coven. You can get a lot of energy out there, especially for you vamps. I know you need it. I'm a vamp too. I feed off energy too. I just got through. I just went to an orchestra that was in the park. And I got me a front row seat to get me some energy. It was about a good 300 or 400 people out there, man. I got a good charge up. I met another vamp out there. He was only 20 years old. And, we got us a good amount of energy. I'm the type of person, I'm an exhibitionist. I'll get out there and do something really crazy to get some attention, to get that energy. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not an attention seeker in that aspect. I'm an energy vamp. That's what I am. That's the way I get my energy. Yes. And yes, I'll do it. And you the same. The reason why I said it is a lot of folks say that people are attention grabbers and seeking attention. I think every human is that way because to some extent, that's part of our makeup. We need that. We need nurturing. We need attention. We need love and affection. We need those things. But like for myself, I'm a vamp and I have to have lots of energy because I put so much out to replenish my home. Okay. And I'm going to talk more about those energy vamps. I told you I was going to talk about adversaries. I may do a video, I'm not sure, but I did do a little write-up on it on Facebook for those who wanted more information on adversaries, who are trying to find out who they are, how to conquer them, how to get around them, and knowing how to benefit from them. First of all, you must know who they are. Maybe it's your competition. It's a lot that you have to consider when you're dealing with adversaries. Like I said, that's an art form in itself. A lot of people have taken their adversaries and used them, and they have profited tremendously in their lives. Anyway, I did put some information on Facebook about adversaries if you want to go and check it out. I mean, adversaries is a very serious issue to a lot of people. It may not be, but if you're in this thing called magic and you want to be a practitioner yourself, if you are a practitioner, or if you're trying to do some work for yourself, some energy work, healing, trying to bring back love, whatever you want to use magic for, you need to be aware of adversaries, because adversaries do block your rituals and your work, your candle magic, your crystal magic. They're all over the place. Okay. So it's definitely something you want to consider if you're in this thing called magic, if you're new to it, even if you're old in it. You definitely want to do more research on adversaries. Okay. I'll be back.